Blessings everyone, it's time for another series of weekly tarot forecasts, and as always we are going to be starting here with the card of the week, the big spiritual theme that is going to be universal, what we are all going to be going through in addition to whatever you are looking at with whatever sign you are going to be watching as you navigate the chapters in the down bar below. Don't forget, if you are choosing to watch your rising sign, the way I program my deck before I shuffle, that's going to give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast is showing up. And if you're watching your moon sign, you're getting the less prominent, albeit still significant side story that is also playing out throughout the course of the week. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps the channel out a lot. So, this week, the big spiritual theme for everybody, the card of the week is the Three of Swords, reversed. And so we've got a neutral to positive reversed card here, and it's a really important thing to remember. You know, when you are witnessing tarot, you're getting a tarot reading, you're watching them, that not all reversed cards are bad. You know, I've noticed in recent history kind of an uptick of people kind of just having conniption fits because they see a reversed card. I don't think those people are in a state where they should be watching tarot readings, but, you know, even if you're not there, but you might still feel a little bit nervous or hesitant or just kind of odd about them, remember, it's just an extension of the vocabulary of the tarot. We can work with 78 cards or we can work with 156. I choose to work with 156. The Three of Swords reversed is all about pulling out the sources of ongoing struggle, pulling out the sources of conflict, the sources of pain, what refreshes, re-ups, or restarts a series of blockages in our life, or what is a source of the reintroduction of lack, loss, fear, doubt, hurt, and pain. When we have the Three of Swords reversed, there is always a bit of a warning, though. This is going to be a week of everything getting the treatment so that we can identify where the cause of a lot of maybe suffering or discord or any of that stuff in our life is really coming from. And we have to be ready to witness that with a neutral, objective, calm mind. Because sometimes things come up where we have to face a truth that we've maybe been fighting not to face. Sometimes this can be about a choice that we have made when it comes to a job situation, a financial plan. Maybe it's about our social life or our personal life. Maybe it's something that's been going on in our family for a very, very long time. Maybe it's something that we have learned, right? Kind of taught ego to ego, and we're kind of realizing like this is getting us nowhere. It is, however, you know, while it is a bit of a call out kind of energy, it is something that is also saying, look, this is coming up to be cured this week. This is coming up to be cleared. The challenge with the Three of Swords reversed is that we have to resist the temptation, though, to simply smooth it over and maybe allow something to go on existing as the liability that it is, right? We got to stop trying to overcompensate. We've got to stop trying to offset while keeping maybe the problem the way it is where it is. And so, again, a neutral to positive message, the way this goes forward. I do recommend with the Three of Swords reversed, you know, when we find out what is the reason we can't have nice things, or what is the reason we can't keep nice things, well, we have to look at it. We've got to lean into it. Is there something that we're staying stuck with, committed to, or repeating? Is there something in our life that always, you know, every time something good happens, it kind of pushes it out. It kind of repels it, right? It sort of, you know, upends it or makes the effort to. We are finding out not only the cause and the core of it, but we're also getting a chance to reverse the effect. So that is what I've got for our week. Let's have a look and see what is going on with each sign. Hey there, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on with your weekly tarot. And for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Four of Wands reversed. An example of a very positive reversed card. The Four of Wands reversed is all about setting up a new foundation. It is the card of new construction. It's a card of bricklaying. When I am teaching tarot to people, I always describe the Four of Wands reversed as the setup before the big party, the big celebration, right? You're getting all of the cooking all set up. You are cleaning up the dance hall. You are getting all of the decorations laid. People, we're rehearsing and fine-tuning our speeches. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And you're going to be noticing throughout the course of this week, all different areas of your life are going to be getting lifted up in such a way where they are preparing for several graduation moments. This is where we are securing the big move. We are securing the transition to a new status. We are securing new wealth and new abundance. It may not all be showing up at once, right? We are building into it, but it's certainly trickling in. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And there is a feeling of shedding going on with this card. You are dropping a burden or losing a liability this week, something that has become extremely oppressive, high maintenance, whether it costs too much money or it takes too much time or it's keeping you from being able to be available to other things, or it may be keeping you stuck in a dead end. This is a week where something of that nature is getting dropped out of your world. Now, this could be you getting off the hook for something, or this could be something that has been incredibly taxing finally getting taken away from you. And it is going to be freeing you up, and it is going to, open up your world a lot. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed, and this week there may be a confrontation that has to happen. The Queen of Wands reversed is showing where somebody has been abusing, manipulating, domineering, or subjugating either you or somebody that you care about to the point where it has become just full-on malignity, full-on abuse. This can sometimes show up in a situation where it may be affecting an entire household, an entire group, or a family, or it could be a one-on-one situation. The Queen of Wands reversed is, kind of the quintessential mean girls card, though it may not necessarily be a mean girl. The Queen of Wands reversed is fully aware of what they are doing, but they are trying to play out their story, they're trying to play out their agenda, but with no heed, no care, and no interest in taking responsibility for the collateral damage that they cause. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Page of Swords upright. And as a challenge, the Page of Swords is very, very clear. Take the easier roads that are being afforded to you this week. Take the outs, take the escapes, take the shortcuts, entertain the interviews, the propositions that are going to be getting you out of your box and out of your bubble. Sometimes we may feel like we can't do that. We have to wrap up things that we started. Oh, I can't think about anything new. I've got to repeat the same routine I did last week. And the Page of Swords is like, wait, but we do have better ways coming for you here. Listen for the proposition. Listen for that, that interview. Pay attention to where people are offering you outs and offering you upgrades. Be ready to answer the tough questions and be ready to ask tough questions. But this is working for you, so make sure that you open your mind for what comes. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. And there may be some conflict going on in your personal life as well. The Knight of Swords reverse can often show up where a volatile influence or a volatile person is bringing chaos in such a way where it is completely upending or derailing a situation that needs to be more calm, more peaceful, and more ordered to succeed. Now, volatility is basically a tendency to go from 0 to 10 in a heartbeat, right? Just the slightest thing just sets off the nitroglycerin. And you may be finding that this is something that you and a partner have to take very seriously when it comes to curing and clearing. This could be something that was introduced to the relationship. This could be something maybe coming attached with a potential new partner, or this could be even coming through a family situation, and we've got to see where have we been leaving the door unlocked for it. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with your weekly tarot. Your big spiritual theme and the big focus for your week is the Moon card reversed, which is all about reveals. It's all about pulling back the curtain, dropping the veils, and seeing what's been going on behind closed doors. This is a very advantageous card because this can often show up where we are privy to information that is going to advance us socially, professionally, personally, financially. It does not matter, and information that was kept under wraps before. However, the Moon card reverse can also indicate a lot of secrets coming out that may change your view of certain things, certain people. You may be even finding out about some revisionist history that could be going on in your past as it relates to your family or your job or even old relationship situations. With the Moon card reversed, be prepared to evolve on your stances and evolve in maybe where you once had your beliefs settled. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you have the Six of Pentacles upright. And this week you are going to be enjoying some investment that is being made in you. I am seeing somebody taking a chance on you, Taurus. This could be somebody taking a chance on you by offering you maybe a new work opportunity, a prize role, or a big project, maybe even just offering you money. This is also a time with the Six of Pentacles where a lot of you have maybe been looking for something, or you've been waiting on feedback, you've been putting your feelers out there when it comes to something that you would like to take on or invest in yourself. Will be finding the treasure that you seek, as the Six of Pentacles is one of the only cut and dry yes answer cards in the tarot deck. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Justice card upright. And it looks like there is going to be something getting corrected this week that has maybe been off or wrong or unfair in some way as it relates to either something that you are directly involved in, or maybe something relating to a friend, a family member, an ally, or a business situation. With the Justice card upright and the Moon reversed, however, this does mean, yeah, we have to be ready to hear where we may be believing the wrong things or have been following misinformation, disinformation, or misguidance. Now, again, it may be something that kind of changes your opinion about your own history or about certain people. But the good thing is that with the Justice card upright, we're also correcting everything that was thrown off, everything that was misunderstood, and everything that was manipulated as well, and setting everything to be right, fair, and equal. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Nine of Wands upright. Be careful not to hold to what makes you feel safe and secure as your bulwark against the world, right? We don't want to wall out new good things for fear of, maybe leaving an old belief or an old understanding or view behind. Sometimes the Nine of Wands as a challenge can show us where we are blocking the wrong things, our walls are too thick on the wrong sides, and we need to be ready to rearrange what our boundaries are. We're protecting ourselves against things we shouldn't protect ourselves from, and we are keeping ourselves wide open from things that we need to protect ourselves from, and you're going to have to be ready to, again, rearrange. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And you may be finding this week that there needs to be a bit of a check against a situation where somebody is getting used or is about to be getting used. And usually with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, we see somebody attempting to take advantage of somebody's good graces, somebody who is either unwilling or just not capable of being them, taking care of their own adult responsibilities, maybe taking advantage of you or taking advantage of your partner or your family. Many times the Queen of Pentacles reversed is sort of what we would call like a survival parasite. And this could be a situation where you may be finding that somebody is trying to extract more than is fair, or maybe even trying to exploit you or your partner in some way. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast. And for your big spiritual theme, the big focus of the week, you've got the Queen of Swords reversed. And this is going to be a week of a boss battle or two, because the Queen of Swords reversed in this position is all about standing up to and finally casting down some of the chief villains or chief antagonists in our world. And so, yes, this could be a week that has its fair share of conflicts. With the Queen of Swords reversed, however, we may also be in for some reveals this week where the bad guy or bad girl or chief antagonist of a certain situation is getting unmasked. So sometimes they are known and sometimes they are revealed during this time. But it's important to understand that the Queen of Swords reversed shows up also to remind us where a person is not in a place and they're not really going to be reforming under the circumstances that you've maintained so far. So it's time to fight them back. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Knight of Wands reversed. And it looks like a path, a project, or maybe an initiative financially or professionally is getting confused, mucked up, or thrown off course by disorganized, flaky, or unreliable behavior. And this could be coming up from a teammate, somebody that you've entrusted a responsibility or task to, or even a client or a customer. And with the Knight of Wands reversed, you are in a position to still get something out of the situation, believe it or not, but you are going to need to take matters into your own hands and be ready to take you and your goodies and, again, what you could get out of it in a new direction. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Three of Wands upright. And we've got some really good news coming to you through a friend, an ally, or a relative about something that you have put out there, something that you have either been seeking or trying to bring forth into being is getting brought to you with their assistance, maybe even delivered to you, found by them, and hooked up through them. The Three of Wands is all about your ships coming in, right? Finally getting the territory, the space, or the reward or the treasure that you seek, and it's time to, take off with it. And again, this person, this friend, this ally, this relative is going to be making sure that it goes off without a hitch. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And very much on theme for the week, we do have to pay closer attention to how the company that we keep, wherever we're keeping it, does contribute to what goes on and manifests and is allowed to stay in our world. The Nine of Pentacles reversed always warns against coattail riders, contaminants, and virulent influences that could be not only throwing off our game, but could actually be repelling good fortune or good opportunities, or maybe even breaking things that we bring into the space, things that we're trying to get started. It could be that Knight of Wands reversed, it could be the Queen of Swords reversed, but it's important to pay attention to where you may have attachments, however that applies in your world, that are your sabotage. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And this week there may be something going on where love itself is being challenged by excess work, excess effort, excess maintenance. And I am not seeing this as a week that is without a romantic story or a romantic element to the reading, but you and a partner or you and a partner-to-be are going to be hard-pressed to make it happen. Even if everybody is willing and enthusiastic, there seems to be something getting in the way. More often than not, the Knight of Pentacles reversed is indicating that we're kind of inundated with a lot of other tasks, chores, battles that are kind of not giving us the peace to have the relationship we want to have. You may be finding that, it's you who can't really be present, or your partner is off getting inundated or fighting a battle all by their lonesome as well. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed is saying, we got to reorganize and find a better way to work together. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on and head to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting February 13th. Your big spiritual theme or the big focus of this week is the Ten of Cups upright. And this is a week of many happy completions, many happily ever after moments, and all kinds of different pursuits and projects and roads that you've been on. The Ten of Cups is all about getting to the point where a lot of goals, a lot of aspirations, a lot of manifestations that we have been trying to coalesce and bring forward or even just find are now materializing. With the Ten of Cups, you're going to be spending much of this week just wrapping up a lot of old business in order to make room for these new wins. And it's very peaceful, it's very easy, it's very chill. I wouldn't be surprised, we're not done yet, but you probably have one of the easiest weeks that we're going to be seeing in all of these readings. When it comes to your challenge, skipping 2 cards. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Strength card upright. And there is some kind of advantageous adjustment getting made to a work or financial arrangement that is making your that source of revenue or that source of income all the more robust. The Strength card is all about evolving something so that it takes up more space in the best of ways possible and allows us to fill some voids or some cracks where we did not have the material time or the income to do so before. The Strength card upright is also going to be fixing something that has been rather flimsy or rather weak as it relates to a financial, professional, or household matter. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Two of Cups reversed. And while you may be doing just fine, the Two of Cups reversed is indicating that you may be put in a situation where you and a friend, a relative, a collaborator, or somebody in a social group that you're connected to are having a bit of a power struggle. To be perfectly honest, the Two of Cups reversed can show up where people are stepping on each other's toes, undermining each other, kind of having tug of wars over how the friendship, the project, the group, the relationship is supposed to be. And we do need to find a way to either get on the same page or get some space. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Queen of Cups reversed. Pay close attention to where you may be finding that you are getting drained by somebody, or maybe a tendency of somebody where they are projecting a lot of their needs and desires and their lack on you. The Queen of Cups reversed, you've probably heard me say it before, is sort of the psychic vampire of the tarot deck, somebody that is leveraging their woundedness or unfortunate disposition in order to siphon energy. And you may be finding that this could be even a part of that Two of Cups experience, or this could be something that is keeping you from being able to fully enjoy, what the Ten of Cups and the Strength card are promising. When it comes to relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Cups reversed. And this week, there is kind of a rewind going on when it comes to love. A lot of you may be in a situation where you and a partner are deciding to kind of restart a phase, a chapter, or a pursuit that you were once committed to at an earlier stage in your relationship, something that brought you a lot of joy, something that, just kind of reminds you of almost like a happier or more vibrant time in your relationship, or even in the family for the household. And you're going to get a chance to bring it close and bring it back this week. And for those of you curious about new partners or partner potentials, the Eight of Cups reversed is all about closing the distance in time and or space. Some of you may be closing the distance in a potential long-distance relationship, and some of you may be closing a time distance between somebody from your past and yourself. May not necessarily be an ex, maybe an old flame, an old crush, or something that, maybe was unnoticed, maybe an old wallflower situation, but it's going to be kind of sweet. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting February 13th, 2023. Your big spiritual theme or your big focus is the Four of Pentacles, upright. And this is going to be a week where it really is kind of all about you. It is going to be a week where you are going to need to pay attention to where you need to call back some of your activities, some of your involvements and your energies where you have been spread a bit too thin. On the flip side, with the Four of Pentacles, you are also going to be scoring a great many wins, a great many victories, but they are for you and you alone. And you need to be ready to maybe step out on your own with some of these big wins. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, we see that very much with the Six of Wands upright. This is the card of promotion, acclaim, popularity, a bit of a 15 minutes of fame moment. Your stock is rising. A lot of you may be finding that this week is setting off a new trend when it comes to not only your financial status, but your professional standing, your reputation, and you are getting a chance to kind of be a bit of the celebrity on the job, at the office, or maybe with your business out in the world at large. However, with this, of course, with the Six of Wands, it's important to understand that this is setting up an opportunity to be a new normal, not just a 15 minutes of fame, so be prepared to rise to the occasion. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and maybe other people in your life, you've got the Hanged Man reversed, and something that was once put on hold, put up on a shelf, kind of on pause, is coming back on the table this week. This could be something that was going on with a friend, a collaborator, or a family member, or this may be something that you were trying to do, but we just didn't have the time, the space, or the resources to make it happen. And so it had to kind of get put up on the shelf for a while. However, with the Hangman reversed, everyone and everything that belongs here is now ready and raring to go. When it comes to your challenge, you have the Hermit upright. As we kind of said before with the Four of Pentacles, time to pull back from where you may be overly involved in other people's interests, overly involved in other people's states of mind, or allowing too much feedback too much peer pressure, too many voices to influence what you're doing and where you are going right now. The Hermit card is all about standing alone, right? And if you don't have the resolve to go it alone, don't even think about doing X, Y, and Z, which is a very important lesson, especially for people who are serious about the spiritual path. With the Hermit card upright, you are going to be standing alone a lot this week, even with a lot of these big wins. And you don't want to be caught people-pleasing. You don't want to be caught, taking notes from the crowd. You want to be willing to stand in your own authority. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Ten of Wands upright. And while it is kind of a stressful looking card, the Ten of Wands is still about a big win here as well. You and a partner, or you and a partner-to-be, are achieving a tremendous victory. However, this is a high-maintenance victory. This is kind of like getting a big score that still requires a bit of a fixer-upper experience. This could be a move. This could be big news as far as a partner's job or income is concerned. We may be bringing something into the family or into the relationship that we both love, we've been ardently seeking. However, we have not really arranged the space or ourselves to be able to accommodate this shift. And the same thing can sometimes happen in new relationships as well. Okay, are we ready for this to take off? And a lot of this week is going to be about catching up to the win that came to us before we were ready. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot. And your big spiritual theme, your big focus here is the Ace of Pentacles upright. And this is a week of many new, secure, long-term commitments getting set in stone. The Ace of Pentacles is all about new harmony and gifts that keep on giving, whether it's about your wealth, abundance, happiness, and security, things going on in the home, all of it together is starting to get set up for a new long-term happiness or a new long-term story that it's going to be actually quite profitable and fulfilling at the same time. That being said, with the Ace of Pentacles upright, this is also going to be a time where a lot of chaotic, volatile, or unstable influences are going to be leaving your space, and you need to let them go. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Nine of Cups reversed. And even reversed, this can still be a good card. There is some kind of beautiful influx of new wealth, or maybe an ascent to a higher status, a great new job opportunity, or even a wish of yours that you have made finally getting granted. However, with the Nine of Cups reversed, there is a bit of a catch. We may not necessarily know what we wished for, and we are going to need to be ready to adapt and evolve for it. The Nine of Cups reversed always says, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And, you gotta take responsibility for how you state your intentions, make your wishes, and ask your questions, right? Because the universe doesn't see us as babies. The universe sees us as eternal spirits having a human experience. So we need to take responsibility. There could be a big win that catches you off guard. There could be a disruptive blessing or something that is coming with bad timing that is extremely advantageous for you, so you need to be ready to turn on a dime. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Death card upright. And it does look like there is going to be news of some kind of transition finally getting underway that perhaps you have been awaiting or aware of for some time. This could be going on with a friend, a project, something going on in a family situation or a living situation or another household. The Death card is never a surprise. That's the important thing to keep in mind here. Again, this is something that maybe we've even been talking about or preparing for months or even years. But with the Death card, we're seeing it turn over. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the King of Pentacles upright. Biggest challenge this week? Well, it's all about upping your game and getting ready to take on a lot of the goodies that are coming from the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, even if reversed, and being somebody that handles it well. And I'm saying this to myself as a Virgo, the King of Pentacles, the biggest challenge is always raising your standards for yourself and for others, living those standards, but also at the same time knowing when to step it up, call the shots, and be a more prominent leader, and also enforce the harmony and the stability and the peace that is coming in. You do want to make sure that you know how to gatekeep fairly and properly, keep those boundaries strong and tight, but also, again, raise the standards for you, yours, and your environment. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the King of Swords reversed. And this week, there may be some issues that come up around incomplete information, half-truths, stories that are not fully fleshed out, and even double meanings. And with the King of Swords reversed, this could be something that we have to be ready to confront, where we thought we had a whole truth, but the rest needs to come forward, or there may be some kind of deep, dark secret that needs to come out as well. This deep, dark secret could be innocuous, or it could be something very important for you and your partner, or your partner to assess before moving forward with this situation. However, with the King of Swords reversed, it all needs to come out in the open, and it will this week. And sometimes this isn't between you and your partner or your partner-to-be. This could be something that you are both caught off guard by, or something that you are both needing to take on as it relates to a financial or family situation, or something going on outside the household. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting February 13th. This week, your big spiritual theme and the big focus is the Five of Swords upright. And this is all about finishing long-standing battles, conflicts, rivalries, things that maybe have been going on day after day after day after day after day, maybe even so much that they've just become kind of normal and part of the scenery for you. With the Five of Swords, however, it's time to close it all up. You may be finding that this week is also going to be fraught with situations where you need to be ready to give some disappointing news, maybe share some harsh words, or shut some things down where you have been too permissive, too open-minded, or maybe just a little bit too much, let's just say too indulgent to be good for you or even the other person or the other in the situation. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Hierophant upright, and we've got some really cool news coming your way about some kind of shift being made at the will of an authority figure in your life as it relates to either a job situation, your market, your business, or maybe even an account that you have that is extremely favorable to you. Something that is sort of a hot fix, something that is an adjustment to that world or that project or to that money or that financial avenue is coming up in such a way where it puts you in an extremely advantaged position. The Hierophant indicates here that, the powers that be here are now, making decisions that come out on your side. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Swords upright. And you may be uncovering some shady business going on that could be happening with a friend or a relative, maybe being committed by a friend or a relative or somebody that you know. And some of you may be even finding that somebody's recruiting you to get involved in something quite sketchy and you know you shouldn't. Some of you may be catching somebody in the act. And this could be somebody that is either close to you or somebody that you thought was fairly benign, innocuous, or maybe even somebody you looked up to or admired. This is something where you might need to do some calling out. Kind of like that Five of Swords. You may have to talk somebody out of doing something really stupid, or have to stop somebody from creating a lot of unnecessary drama, or just simply doing something immoral, unethical, or harmful, whether they know that's what they're doing or not. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Empress upright. You are golden. Regardless of the weirdness of the 5 and 7 of Swords, your whole world is fine. And the Empress as a challenge is all about saying, how are you a good keeper of your world? How are you a good keeper of your space? How are you maintaining the harmony, protection, peace, and stability, right? You need to pay attention to where, with the Empress as your challenge, you are in charge of being sovereign and a ruler of the spaces that are yours. And you may need to be okay with being a tough ruler every once in a while, especially if you have to run up on somebody like a king or a queen to defend your people. Like that 7 of Swords or the 5 of Swords. You may have to do that once or twice this week. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the 2 of Wands reversed. And there may be some misunderstandings that need to be cleared up before a certain pursuit or relationship story or endeavor can go forward. The 2 of Wands reversed is indicating that something has been getting lost in translation, either between you and a partner or a partner-to-be, or maybe y'all are just fine, but another factor here, maybe something to do with a financial situation or a future plan, somebody outside of the relationship, something's getting lost in translation, or something with somebody that we're working with. And this could be creating some headaches if we're not careful. This is going to be a time where we're going to need to spell things out differently and check how we are communicating. Ask more questions and not assume we know what we're talking about when it comes to, not assume the other person knows what we're talking about, and not assume that we are understanding what they are meaning to say. Because again, these language barriers, even if we're both speaking the same language, can be pretty potent, and we're going to have to handle this with care. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot for the week starting February 13th. This week, your big spiritual theme or the big focus is the Ace of Cups upright. And this is going to be a week where you are going to notice that the floodgates are opening when it comes to all kinds of different communications and materials and resources, as well as exchanges of affection are concerned. The Ace of Cups is all about taking down walls, taking down barriers, taking down obstacles and obstructions, and allowing things to flow in a more free way. You're going to be getting out of a lot of containing and binding circumstances, and you're going to also be noticing a lot of people being a lot more generous, openly affectionate, and demonstrative of loyalty and devotion towards you. And it might take you back every once in a while, but be ready to receive and be ready to be well taken care of. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you have the 8 of Swords upright. And with the 8 of Swords, this is a week where you are going to have to confront something that has started to stagnate or has been stagnant or paralyzed for some time. This could be a project, a financial normal, a job, or maybe a collaboration or a routine that isn't really keeping up with what it should be keeping up with. Sometimes the 8 of Swords can also show up where a road has been blocked or a way has been barred due to another party not doing their due diligence, not picking something up, not taking care of things. And with the Eight of Swords, you are being asked to take another road to the destination that you desire. You can do it. You don't have to stick to the road you started on. In fact, with the Eight of Swords, you may also be finding out about some shortcuts or ways that you can maybe step over an obstacle as well. But you've got to be brave enough to not paralyze, stagnate, or wait yourself. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the King of Wands upright. And with the King of Wands, somebody is stepping forward with a hookup for you. This is likely going to be a friend, a relative, an ally, new or known, that has come about either a method or means that will allow you to accelerate development with some kind of pursuit, project, or investment that you have. Or this could be somebody offering to be a strong go-between or matchmaker or set-up helper in your life. And usually with the King of Wands, we see the man with the hookup showing up. And you want to make sure that, if you've been kind of a solo player for a while, or you've not been entertaining helpful inputs, you let this guy do his thing. May not necessarily be a guy, by the way, but don't block yourself from this. Your challenge of the week is the Devil card reversed, which is not really a bad challenge, by the way, because the Devil card reversed is all about the clearing of caustic and unhealthy influences in our life, clearing it away, getting it out, right? Exorcising and banishing the devil from the space. However, if the Devil card reverse is showing up as a challenge, you are going to be challenged to let those devils go. Get over any kind of, weird mental, emotional crap that might, compel you in some way to try to hold on to the devil or pull the devil back in or renegotiate with something that is not good. Sometimes this can be tough, especially in friendship situations, family situations, or maybe just long-standing patterns, but you're getting freed this week. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Five of Pentacles reversed, and this is a week where a void is getting filled. In fact, with the Five of Pentacles reversed, you may be finding that a partner or a partner-to-be is going to be coming about some kind of asset that they are bringing into the relationship or gifting to you, possibly even helping solve something that you have been trying to puzzle out outside of your love life. The Five of Pentacles reverse can also indicate something that you and a partner have been seeking together but struggling to find will also be delivered to your relationship or to your household. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot. And for your spiritual theme this week, you've got the Five of Cups reversed. This is a week where a lot of replacements, a lot of advantageous alternatives, and even bits of rerouting with a lot of different roads in your life are going to be starting to materialize. With the Five of Cups reversed, we see an opportunity to transition out of maybe a state of being caught in purgatory, or maybe even transition out of a state where we have been enduring some kind of lack, some kind of loss, or maybe even being stuck in the past or in a situation that was just repeating itself over and over and over again. Sometimes these replacements come in as a bit of a surprise. You've got to be available and ready to at least entertain them. And sometimes these are coming in to fill cracks or fill voids in your life that you have been, just accepting for a very, very long time. The challenge with the Five of Cups reversed, though, is always the same. These things are coming to you on their terms. So be ready to flip your own personal script if you have a script so that you can enjoy them. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And this is a heads up week for you. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is always news of an impending transition or move itself. And this may be something that is coming to you as news on the job or off the job. This could be news of some kind of transfer or promotion or any kind of move on or off the job that you have been looking forward to. Or this could be something going on with a financial situation or a project that you are going to be evolving or escorted or migrating away from, and it could be quite advantageous. The Ten of Pentacles reversed also hooks us up with some kind of bonus in order to cushion this transition for us. So make sure you don't spend it all right away or, blow it all on, something not related. You are going to need to be ready for this. I don't see this all coming down and getting, underway this week, but it may be something that you will notice is materializing as we complete the rest of the month. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Wands reversed. And there seems to be something that is calling your attention to see where you need to back away from a project, an association, or an involvement that is continuing to hold a promising venture down. The Ace of Wands reverse can often show up where we need to see where something is getting stifled, something is getting blocked from the fuel it needs, the help it needs, or where something is being limited in its growth potential. This could be a time where you and a friend or a collaborator need to sit down and think of a better way. This could be a technique or a resource that we are working with, or this could be another association. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Seven of Cups reversed. This week, you need to be very, very smart about how you are handling all of these moves and shuffles. Be so careful not to just cling to what you know because it's familiar. Because the Seven of Cups reverse says whenever you do that, you ask for something to come on certain terms and very, controllingly, or you are blocking good things from coming your way, or you're expecting things to kind of show up only one way, you are telling the universe, no, I don't want that. The more high maintenance you are, the less workable you are with the universe in some cases. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I do have a cousin, however, who's a Sagittarius. He's also one of my best friends. So if you're watching this, But with the Seven of Cups reversed, I think that, pay attention to where you might be closed off to positive change. Change can be scary, change is necessary, and change can be better than what is your normal. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Temperance card reversed. And this week, there may be something going on where you and a partner or you and a partner-to-be are going to have to be ready to accept where we're never going to be compatible on a certain subject, a certain pursuit, or a certain situation that has always been kind of an uncomfortable space for us. This is a call for a live and let live and not try to force everything that shouldn't be forced together. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean anything bad for a relationship. It doesn't, right? Every relationship that lasts and is happy and healthy has its fair amount of space and differences that, really need to be respected. But there may be something going on where you and a partner or a partner-to-be or maybe our whole household has been trying to force everybody to be together on something that they're better off not being together on. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with your weekly tarot. And this week, your big spiritual theme or the big focus is the Emperor upright, and you are large and in charge. The Emperor card upright is all about you getting a chance to completely dominate and control everything that you've got going on, not in a totalitarian, authoritarian kind of way, but to call the shots, be, brought up to a leader position. You're going to be noticing a lot of areas of your life where maybe you've been kind of along for the ride, you've been a part of the crowd, or maybe even left to wait on the moves or calls of others. You are getting put up into the driver's seat. And so it's really important this week to pay attention to where that's happening and where this is an opportunity for you to custom design and maybe even organize all areas of your life to be a lot more well-formed, a lot more profitable, a lot more gainful and secure for you. Make sure you use this power wisely and don't hide from it either. Even if you don't want this level of responsibility or authority for your whole life, it's yours this week. And if you don't, no one else is gonna. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Page of Cups reversed. And this week, there's going to be an influx of what I would probably call unwanted positive attention, unwanted gifts, unwanted offers that we can still do some good with, but we might not necessarily like the way that they are coming to us, what's part of the package deal, or what it may imply if we accept them. This could be money, this could be job offers, whatever is going on. With the Page of Cups reversed, it's important not to just flat out accept things as they come. See what you can do to customize them, right? Carrying on with the theme of that Emperor card upright. Many times with the Page of Cups reversed, it's a warning about making sure you don't just accept things blindly, that you do take the time, because you can turn something into a matter more beneficial for you, but not compromise your boundaries by accepting things that may not be respecting them, and make sure you still maintain control of your path. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Page of Wands reversed. And there is going to be news of something getting quit or something getting dropped this week. This may be something going on with another person, a collaborator, a friend, a family member, or it could be you that are doing the quitting, that are doing the dropping. The Page of Wands reversed is indicating that something is just not as good as it used to be, or something has gone down the wrong path or the wrong direction when it comes to all involved. And this could be a pleasant surprise for you. This may be something that you were hoping would kind of go away on its own. This is something that you may be hoping would have just kind of, shriveled up. However, if this is a disappointment, or this is not something that you would like to see happen, bear in mind that the Page of Wands reversed is indicating that you can still salvage this situation, but you are going to have to be ready to work with different people, or you are going to have to work with different tools. When it comes to your challenge, you've got the Tower reversed. Your biggest challenge this week is honestly to let other people's business be other people's business. The Tower card reverse can often show up where something possibly dramatic, explosive, or crazy is going on in another person's corner of the world. And there really isn't anything that we can do to change it or to fix it. The Tower card reversed is ultimately saying, look, you might be a bystander, you might be a witness to the situation, but it is out of your power to change the circumstances here. And it may not necessarily even be your responsibility. Sometimes this is a warning against trying to get involved where you don't belong, not to get caught in the crosshairs or crossfire of a situation that needs to go through this Tower experience. A Tower reversed for you is a Tower upright for somebody else. And you may need to be stepping back a little bit from the situation. There could be some, painful feelings around this, especially if this is going on in a corner of your world that you have, some care or some attachment to, but you are going to have to wait for this process to, reach a new level of stability, whatever that is, up or down, before you can do anything about it. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Four of Swords upright. And this week, it looks like you and your partner, or you and a partner-to-be, are kind of shutting everyone out. Everything. Because the Four of Swords is all about recuperation, rest, going into the cocoon, hermiting up for a while. And you and your partner or partner-to-be are going to be able to spend a fair amount of good time together, but we're not as socially active. Some of you may be deciding that as a united front, we are choosing to withdraw from certain family or friendship situations or obligations that maybe have been creating a lot of issues for us. A partner or a partner-to-be may even be giving you some good news about cutting somebody off in their life that has been no good for them. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting February 13th. For your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you have the Knight of Cups, or the Prince of Cups, upright. And this week, you're going to be noticing a lot more interest and involvement in you and your goings-on from a lot of different people in your life. And that means a lot of people are going to be working to get more involved, but you're going to be the recipient of a lot of very generous gestures of goodwill, devotion, loyalty, and support at the same time. For some of you, you might need to be ready to be willing to not look a gift horse in the mouth, to accept these things. And some of you may need to be ready to let go of some familiar patterns that you maybe have gotten too comfortable with that are inferior to the positive shifts that the Knight of Cups is promising to give you. However, allow yourself to receive this goodness. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, practical affairs as it relates to your home and family life, you've got the Chariot reversed. And there may be some news this week about a project, a career road, or maybe an account or a financial plan, or maybe even a household plan that is either going down the wrong road, or we may have been on the wrong road towards a destination that we desired. And the Chariot reversed is indicating here that we have a chance to get things back under control, but we need to make some adjustments to our pace and maybe to what we are working with and with whom. The Chariot reverse can often show up where something has been charging headlong, either in the wrong direction or taking the long or hard way round unnecessarily. And you may also find that something could be threatening to unmake a good opportunity because it's starting on the wrong foot. So we're going to have to do some big corrections this week. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Seven of Wands upright. And this week, a friend or a relative, an ally, is going to be stepping forward and very much in Knight of Cups fashion, demonstrating their loyalty and their care for you by helping you clobber an enemy, or help you overcome a battle, fight a battle, win a battle. The Seven of Wands has somebody stepping forward to take on a foe that you have either been fighting by yourself or have not found the means or the time or the energy to confront yourself. And you may feel kind of weird about this in the beginning, but with the Seven of Wands upright, they are turning a tide in your favor. When it comes to your challenge, you've got the Eight of Wands reversed. Really time to pay attention to where you need to set a pace that is not only workable for you, but also reasonable when it comes to all of your goings on this week. The Eight of Wands reverse can indicate a need to balance where what's going too fast and what's going too slow in terms of all areas of progress in your life needs to be brought out of the space of being out of whack and back into a place of balance. You may find that certain situations, that are not progressing are just going slow because they're just slow and they could go faster. Or you may find that some things are proceeding too quickly down the wrong road or in a reckless way, like the Chariot reversed. And with the Eight of Wands reversed, we got to see, okay, how did this happen? Why is it that there isn't really a healthy pace set? Why isn't there something, why do we have this in such a way where it is kind of all over the place and we're kind of out of control in that all over the place situation? You can do it. You can flip this right side up, but you are going to need to, again, make some adjustments to the way you normally go about confronting these things. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Two of Pentacles upright. And this week, you and a partner or you and a partner-to-be are going to be put in a situation where we are starting to really take seriously some kind of transition or shift or move that we are trying to make happen in this relationship. Treat it like it's a reality that's going to happen as opposed to maybe a pie-in-the-sky fantasy. However, with the Two of Pentacles upright, you and a partner are going to need to, make some adjustments to the way you've been carrying on your everyday for it. This can also show up as a very busy but productive week for you and a partner or a partner-to-be, but you are going to need to make sure that you still make time for each other, because this is one of the cards that can sometimes interfere with quality time, even though it's all for the good. For those of you who are single or available and are not seeing anybody right now, some of you may find that you have more than one option to, explore this week. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your weekly tarot for the week starting February 13th. And this week, your big spiritual theme, or the big focus, is the Two of Swords, upright. You are approaching the Falls of Rauros. Lord of the Rings fans will get what I'm saying there. A lot of crossroads experiences or a lot of decisions that you may have been putting off are going to be coming to a head this week. The Two of Swords is all about getting a chance to finally make new commitments where we did not necessarily know what to do in the past, but in this position, now we're in a stage where we can't occupy more than one lane at a time anymore. The Two of Swords can sometimes put us in a situation where we need to be able to fully flesh out the options that we have and explore them more thoroughly. And you may find that when it comes to things like work, or, friendships or projects, your accounts, family stuff, relationship stuff, things that you have not fully fleshed out or explored for yourself need to really be looked through, because the time of finally choosing roads at all of these crossroads has come. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, and your finances, you've got the Sun card reversed. And this is going to be a really, really good week for you here, because the Sun card reversed is all about uncomplicating things that have been overly complicated, overly taxed, or just way too difficult, or more difficult than absolutely necessary for sure. This can sometimes show up where a project, an investment, or maybe even a job description is going through a massive overhaul and revision in a way that is much more favorable to you. You may also find that you are getting a chance to revise a lot of professional, household, and financial commitments and contracts that you've been trying to work with into maybe ways where they change roads themselves and their outcomes shift to be more favorable to you. And so, this is a time where a lot of shadows, a lot of obstacles, and a lot of attachments are getting purged but we're also seeing your life get a lot more simple, a lot more lucrative, and a lot more fun when it comes to your work, your job, and your financial future. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And there may be some frustrating news about work going poorly in a space where you may have a shared interest or entrusted something to another party. The Eight of Pentacles reverse can indicate sloppy work, mistakes, somebody screwing up, or maybe even somebody not truly being qualified for the work that they have been doing for you or with you. This could be a time to have a sit down with a friend or a family member, possibly even an ally or an associate that you have brought into the fold. Because of the Eight of Pentacles reversed, again, if the work is going poorly, then the outcome will be poor as well. This can also show up here where we may discover some kind of error or mistake made in the past with regards to a project or an investment or something that we had committed to. And we will get a chance to change that as well into something that is much more favorable to us, but we have to be willing to undo the initial error. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Nine of Swords reversed. And so the Nine of Swords reversed is all about, being mindful of self-fulfilling prophecies, right? As in prophecies that you fulfill yourself. And with the Nine of Swords reversed, more often than not, we have to be careful about letting anxiety, fear, guilt, or shame control us to the point where they keep something unhealthy or something burdensome or harmful going. And you may run into this several times, right? Do we have a guilty conscience, about choosing a road that we would prefer with the Two of Swords? Do we feel maybe self-conscious about leaning into the changes of the Sun card reversed and initiating these revisions and changing our position? Do we feel anxiety or shame for calling out the Eight of Pentacles reverse situation? We want to be very, very careful not to be trapped by our fears. When it comes to relationships and love and romance and partnerships, you've got the Four of Cups reversed. And this is a week where you're getting a chance to completely break out of a rut, break from let's just say a static quality of life or a static norm in a way that really shakes up your personal life for the better. You and a partner or you and a partner-to-be may be deciding to chuck something that has been a staple in your world, or you may be deciding to break with some kind of agreement or some kind of, let's just say a rut that we have been kind of co-creating and recreating over and over and over again. You may be also finding that things are starting to get a little bit more spiced up where we may be, lost a little bit of fire in the past. For those of you who may be feeling like your relationships have become a little bit distant, or you've been maybe put at a distance from your partner or partner-to-be, this is really good news because they are going to be shaking up a lot in your world and their world to change that. And for all of you, regardless of your relationship status, you are getting a chance to try on for size a relationship style that is very compatible with you, but maybe not something you have a great deal of personal experience with. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.